Great day, everyone! Today we will talk about the global interstate system. First of all, what is a global interstate system? When we say global interstate system, it is the whole system of human interactions. The modern world system is structured politically as an interstate system, a system of competing and allying states. Political scientists commonly call this the international system, and it is the main focus of the field of international relations.
The strength of global interstate system. First, it will make travel less cheap, faster, and better. Second, expand the relationship between two countries or nations.
The weakness of global interstate system are imposed long-term costs on the country, cut down on competition between shippers and passenger carriers. Rising consumption of gasoline led to air pollution and a dependence on oil that affected consumers and foreign policy for generations to come.
Advantages 1. It sustains the economy and support international competitiveness evolved from industrial era to an information age in a worldwide marketplace. 2. It gives most comprehensive level of interaction. 3. Growth impulses resulting factors that might influence local economic performance. 4. Give travel less cheaper. 5. Also give awareness for larger global context, spread widely as globalization itself. The last one, give prior transport infrastructure.
The purpose of global interstate system is to meet the needs of our growing population, expanding the economy, and to promote economic development. It also contributes to peace and security in a way that it will promote international collaboration through educational, scientific, and cultural reforms, and through this, it will enable to increase universal respect for justice, the rule of law, human rights, along with fundamental freedom.
Global governance. When we say global governance, it refers to a way in which global affairs are managed. There are several reasons which have promoted the idea of the global governance. Most important is that no single nation has got all the resources to tackle problems plaguing humanity and this planet: poverty, malnutrition, disease, climate change, disaster risk, organized crime, terrorism, and etc. These problems do not recognize political boundaries and are a risk to us all. Second reason is globalization, with which world has woven into one fabric where internal policies of one nation can affect the whole world. Moreover, global governance teaches us on how to deal with all kinds of governance types, whether it is a private company, an NGO, or a government office. Global governance aims to prepare professionals to face global challenges that require specific legal and economic competencies, as well as a wide range of technical knowledge and skill to manage cultural mediation. This is why global governance is multifaceted. Why global governance is multifaceted? It has to be multifaceted because the issues at hand are varied and many as well. There are conflicts, environmental issues, business, health, education, territory issues, science and technology issues, women issues, refugees, child soldier, trafficking. The list is endless. In order to respond to all this, any form of international government has to be prepared to deal with all these issues.
Global governance or world governance is a movement towards political cooperation among transnational actors aimed at negotiating responses to problems that affect more than one state or region. Also, according to Vice and Thakur 2014, global governance is totality of norms, laws, policies, and bodies that define, comprise, and facilitate transnational relations between among citizens, states, cultures, intergovernmental organizations, and non-governmental organizations.
Why global governance is important? The question seems to presume global governance is important, which I read to mean valuable. Perhaps there are positive things that could be said, but I believe that the negative would outweigh the positive. First, in order to succeed, such a government would have to mandate acceptance. On a smaller scale, just look back at the USSR to see the suppression of the member states. Even the EU can serve as an example from the perspective of voluntary membership and the eventual unhappiness of member states when some countries abuse the system. A second objection is that global government would need to homogenize everything, crushing the human aspiration to develop, grow, and generally achieve dreams.
Talking about global governance is a major subject or matter because we try to bring the world together to solve a nation or world problem. This is more way efficient to solve international problems because all nations are united as one. Also, global governance is not setting up a different government, it's making the government work better together. Plus, the goal of global governance is to provide global public goods, particularly peace, security, justice, and mediation system for conflict functioning markets and unified standards for trade and industry.
International organization. Institution drawing membership from at least 3 states having activities in several states. Members are held together by a formal agreement. It is an organization established by a treaty or other instrument governed by international law and possessing its own international legal personality such as United Nations, the World Health Organization, and North Atlantic Treaty Organization. It also composed of primarily member states, but may also include other entities such as other international organizations. International organizations serve many diverse functions, including collecting information and monitoring trends, delivering services and aid, providing forums for bargaining, and settling disputes. By providing political institutions through which states can work together to achieve common objectives, international organizations can help to foster cooperative behaviors. IGOs also serve useful purposes for individual states, which often use them as an instrument for foreign policy to legitimate their actions and to constrain the behavior of other states. Although the daily operations of most international organizations are managed by specialized international bureaucracies, the ultimate authority rests with states member. IGOs are often work closely with other organizations, including NGOs. Only a small fraction of NGOs are international in scope, though they have played an increasingly important role in international relations. Another thing is the Union of International Associations, which is a coordinating body, differentiates between more than 250 international governmental organizations or IGOs, which have been established by intergovernmental agreements and whose members are states, and approximately 6,000 non-governmental organizations or NGOs whose members are associations or individuals. Another thing about Union of International Associations is that it serves 2 main purposes. One is to maintain and provide comprehensive, up-to-date, and reliable information on international association, their activities and concerns, and their meeting activities. Another one is to support and facilitate the work of international associations through training and networking opportunities.
Institutions that governs globalization and their key roles. The first one is the International Monetary Fund or IMF. Its role is to look at the stability of the international monetary system by monitoring global economy, social stability, facilitate international trade, promote high employment and sustainable economic growth, and reduce poverty around the world. The second one is the World Trade Organization or WTO. It regulates international trades, ensures smooth flow of trade, and provides forum for negotiation for trade agreements among countries and regions of the world. The World Trade Organization is the only international organization dealing with the global rules of trade. Its main function is to ensure that trade flows as smoothly, predictably, and freely as possible. The World Health Organization or WHO. It is responsible for global researches on medicines and vaccines, including the World Health Report and Survey. The World Health Organization plays an essential role in the global governance of health and disease due to its core global function of establishing, monitoring, and enforcing international norms and standards and coordinating multiple actors towards common goals. Next is Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development or OECD. 35 member countries aim to stimulate economic progress and world trade by providing a platform to compare policy experiences and identify good practices in domestic and international economic policies and programs of its members. The mission of OECD is to promote policies that will improve the economic and social well-being of people around the world. International Labor Organization or ILO. It deals with labor problems and international labor standards and social protection for workers. The International Labor Organization is devoted to promoting social justice and internationally recognized human and labor rights, pursuing its founding mission that social justice is essential to universal and lasting peace. Next is Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations or FAO. It leads to international efforts to defeat hunger, eliminate food insecurity and malnutrition, and increase resilience of livelihoods and food. The FAO's goal is to achieve food security for all and make sure that people have regular access to enough high-quality food to lead active and healthy lives. Next is UNESCO. It contributes to peace and security by promoting international collaboration through educational, scientific, and cultural reforms. The UNESCO's mission is to contribute to the building of a culture of peace, the eradication of poverty, sustainable development, and intercultural dialogue through education, the sciences, culture, communication, and information. One is the International Civil Aviation Organization or ICAO, International Maritime Organization or IMO, International Telecommunication Union or ITU, and the World Intellectual Property Organization or WIPO. For regulations of international air transport, shipping, and prevention of pollution at sea, developing standard on ICT, international intellectual property rights standards.
United Nations. United States President Franklin Roosevelt coined the name United Nations that was used in the Declaration of United Nations on 1 January 1942. UN meant allies to fight against the Axis power in the Second World War II. Only 26 nation representatives pledged their government. The United Nations member states are the 193 sovereign states that we members of the United Nations and have equal representation in the UN General Assembly. The UN is the world's largest intergovernmental organization. The United Nations is an intergovernmental organization that aims to maintain international peace and security, develop friendly relations among nations, achieve international cooperation, and be a century of harmonizing the action of nations. The UN system, also known unofficially as the UN family, is made up of the UN itself and many programs, funds, and specialized agencies, all with their own leadership and budget. The programs and funds are financed through voluntary rather than assessed contribution. The specialized agencies are independent international organizations founded by both voluntary and assessed contribution. UNDP plays a critical role in helping countries achieve their sustainable development goals. UNDP acts as a catalyst, advocate, educator, and facilitator to promote the wise use of sustainable development of global environment. UNFPA is leaders agency for delivering a world where every pregnancy is wanted, every birth is safe, and every young person potential is fulfilled. UN Habitat is a program is to promote socially and environmentally sustainable human settlements, development, and the achievement of adequate shelter for all. UNICEF has 190 countries and theories to save children's lives, to defend their rights, and to help them fulfill their potential from early childhood through adolescence. WFP. It is a program feeds almost 80 million people in around 75 countries. This is the United Nations specialized agencies where autonomous organizations working with the United Nations all were brought into relation with the UN through negotiated agreements. Some existed before the First World War. Some were associated with the League of Nations. Others were created almost simultaneously with the UN. Others were created by the United Nations to meet emerging needs. Number 1, FAO. Number 2, ICAO. Number 3, IFAD. Number 4, LO. Number 5, IMF. Number C, IMO. 7, ITU. Number 8, UNESCO. Number 9, UNEDO. Number 10, UNWTO. 11, UPU. Number 12, WHO. Number 13, WIPO. Number 14, WMO. And the last one is the World Bank. History of United Nations. United Nations is an international organization founded in 1945 after the Second World War by 51 countries committed to maintaining international peace and security, developing friendly relations among nations, and promoting social progress, better living and standards and human rights. Due to its unique international character and the powers vested in founding character, the organization can take action on a wide range of issues and provide forum for its 193 member states to express their views through the General Assembly, the Security Council, the Economic and Social Council, and other bodies and committees. The United Nations has 4 main purposes. 1. To keep peace throughout the world. 2. Develop friendly relations among nations. Number 3. To help nations work together to improve the lives of poor people. To conquer hunger, disease, literacy, and encourage respect for each other's rights and freedom. Last one, to be a century of harmonizing the action of nations to achieve these goals. They have main organs. General Assembly is the main deliberative policy-making and representative organ of the United Nations. Yung Security Council has primary responsibility under the United Nations character for the maintenance and international peace and security. Economic and Social Council is a principal body of coordination, policy review, policy dialogue, and recommendation on economic and social environmental issues, as well as implementation of international agreed development goals. Trusteeship Council was established in 1945 by United Character under Chapter 8 to provide international supervision for 11 trust territories that has been placed under the administration of 7 member states and ensure that adequate steps were taken to prepare the theories of self-government and independence. The last one is International Court of Justice is a principal judicial organ of United Nations and Secretariat comprises the Secretary General and tens of thousands of international UN staff members who carry out the day-to-day work of the United Nations.